After over 30 years of hairdressing, I have seen all aspects of hair growth, and at the same time, I've seen all aspects of hair loss. Our job as a black hairdresser, is to ensure that we sort of raise the self-esteem of our customers. We look after the hair diligently and with integrity. My book is called Stress Trauma, and why are black women 3 times more likely to lose her hair than her European and Asian counterparts. The book aims to provide answers and solutions for the problem. To the customer's hair, parting the hair step by step from the nape to the crown and to the sides, and there it was, a lovely little bald patch. It's as big as a 50p piece, completely and utterly clean. Where the hair falls off, there's no hair there, it's very smooth. And that was my first encounter with alopecia. Anytime I see alopecia on a young client, my first question is, if that person is a new client, my first question is, are you a student? Are you studying? Because you know the level of, the kind of thing that they have to do in terms of, the workload, the pressure, the expectations, the self-expectations. These are the people where you see alopecia in abundance. You got a massive full head of hair, whether you're black or white, Asian or Caucasian, and you have alopecia, you sometimes don't know it's there. It maybe your partner would tell you that, or perhaps, the hairdresser, but it's just a little patch. However, if it's severe alopecia, where it's literally falling out in big chunks, you will see your hair going, but at the first stages, you don't know, and someone has to tell you. I went through a very stressful phase in my life. I remember back in the 90s, and my hair, my beard, this would just fall off. I think what's common with black people in our community is traction alopecia. And traction alopecia is where you are receding at the hairline. And that's a consequence of chemical overload, chemical overprocessing, bad styling practices, braiders who are endeavoring to braid the customer's hair so well and so tight and so it lasts. The trauma there. One other very, very pandemic, I think it's actually pandemic, amongst the older demographics is that you'll find middle-aged women of color, particularly those who are taking medication for either high blood pressure or low blood pressure, the crown of the head begins to go. That's alopecia. It's called CCCA, and it's very common amongst African American or black people, black women.